And we are live. What's good, Josh? Your man, BL Saint. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy hump day, man. Welcome to I Really Want to Know podcast. All is well out there, man. Hope you guys are doing pretty good. You're halfway through the week. Want to thank everybody for yesterday. We were having a good time. My bad, guys. I'm up here. I'm up here running a little. I was a few seconds behind, and I was setting up everything. And my bad. I'm just doing the producing stuff right now, man. How y'all doing? Hope all is well out there. Thank y'all for tuning in yesterday. We had a good talk about Jenny, my, and Jeezy. Yeah, man. We probably gonna talk about that some more. Looks like Jenny, my is out there fighting this, of course. Again, people, when you're out there, when it comes to divorce, they say you want to be the first one to file. When it comes to whatever over there on that side, family court, you want to be the person who files first. You want to be the petitioner and not the respondent. You want to have it planned out and know what you're doing. Keep that in mind, y'all. Keep that in mind. That's what you want to do. For those who are thinking about making that move, that's just a little bit of a little bit of insider information or whatever. See, everything is good. I'm simply checking. I'm just checking my the link. I'm just checking the audio and the video. Excuse me. I'm sitting here normally. There we go. Everything looks like everything. So again, thanks for yesterday. Yesterday was a good show. We had a lot of people enjoyed that one. A lot of interaction in the chat there. Today should be a pretty good one too, man. This is something that's going to be eye opening to a lot of people. I know a lot of people come down hard on the passport bros, but the passport bros ain't doing nothing new. There are people from all over the world who come to America to get the same thing that the passport bros are getting in Colombia, Panama, Thailand, and all the rest of them. And we're going to talk about it, man. So let's get into it. And we are live. What's good, y'all? Welcome to the I Really Want to Know podcast, y'all. Man, shout out to Shoo Shoo, man. Shout out to Shoo Shoo, because I love that intro. I love that intro. Shout out to my people, man. Can't wait to get her back on the show. We'll probably get Shoo Shoo on the show in a couple weeks. I'm trying to get Suzette Speaks to come on. It's something I want to talk about. And Suzette will be a good person to have for this discussion. I'm going to hit her up. I mean, she's just really, really busy. She's doing big things on the Martin show. What's the name of that? Roland Martin show. She's on that show. So if you guys haven't already done so, please go over to Suzette's page, man. Suzette Speaks. Like and subscribe over there. Follow her. She like I said, she's real busy, so she hasn't been hitting her platform as hard as she normally does. Suzette puts together a lot of stuff for women, to women, female empowerment, and helping women, getting them the tools that they need to move in this world and support them, to support each other, man. Like, she does live events and stuff like that. So shout out to Suzette, doing her thing. I'm definitely going to try to get her over here. I got an idea for a show that I think it'd be perfect to have her tell me if I have a good idea or a bad idea. And it revolves around some stuff that's going on in America. It is what it is. Lady Navoa is in the building. What's good, sis? Good to see you. I'm glad you are here. You know what I mean? Always a pleasure to have you. And yes, you were first this time, love. Absolutely first this time. That's what's up. Brother Dinosaurs in the building. What's good? Brother Leah, I believe this culture started in the U.S. and spread to the world. I'm going to have you on and your good buddy Zerka with F and F. Oh, man. On at the same time. Have a great show. I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely support my men over there, man. My homeboys over there. Myron and Fresh and Fit podcast. Shout out to Big Mo, Chris, and the whole Fresh and Fit team. I see you out there, Icy, doing your thing. Definitely support. I appreciate that. Yeah, they got Zerk on over there, man. That's definitely gonna be yeah, it's gonna be something. Like Zerka has some very unique views on America and the world. And you're right, this thing may have started over in the US. I think it's always been a thing. We're gonna get into it, but um it may have started over here in America, but Dubai is the mecca of this stuff. Now, Sister Candace in the building. What's good, sis? Good evening to you, love. Thanks for popping in. I know you got work to do. Taking care over there, the monster mod over there in Fresh and Fit. Miss AKA ladies in the building. What's good, sis? She's like, hey, y'all. I never heard the atmosphere Molly. I'm interested. Oh, yeah. Wait till you hear what's going on here, sis. Flexing in the Mercedes, Sister Candace. Thanks. Yeah, that's just, I got a dad mobile. I'm just out there just driving around in the SUV, man. I got to have a room. You got little ones, or not so little ones anymore. Like my daughter is getting older and it's just more stuff to transport. But yeah, I like Mercedes. I was always a BMW guy until that car. And once I got into that Mercedes, I'm sorry, Mercedes won me over. And I'm an F1 fan now too, so I'm team Mercedes anyway. But I don't know if I can go back to BMW. And if I did go back to BMW, it would be like maybe a M series, maybe a M, maybe an M6, M5, M6, maybe M8. Uh, I could maybe do a 7 series. I don't know, but Mercedes, man, it changed the world for me, Brian. I ain't gonna lie to you. Miss AKA lady, she's like, oh, look at the intro with all the cool kids included. Yes, great stuff. Shushu is really talented for real. And she is, and she does great work. If anyone needs any editing work whatsoever, please hit up Shushu. She has a website. I need to get that link from her, and I'm gonna start, putting the website in the chat. So you guys, if you need some work, go holler at our sis over there. Brother Jackson the building got one of my nights up in here. W Pod, appreciate that, bro. Good to see you, man. And Miss AKA lady, I have seen a Suzette Speaks event, and it was very nice and high quality. I believe it. Suzette knows what she's doing. She don't put out any boo boo, right? If she's doing it, it's gonna be fire. And I've spoken to a few women who've been to some of her events, and they all raved. They loved it. They said it was great. It's top notch. You ain't gonna get there and have paper plates and fried chicken. You know what I'm saying? You go to Suzette's thing, it's gonna be proper. So if she does another event, I think she recently had one, or she was working to put one together. If Suzette puts something together, ladies, you're gonna want to be there. It's a great opportunity to go to Miami anyway, and you're definitely going to want to be there because she knows what she's doing. Sister Candace, I always wanted a nice little BMW 5 Series. Yeah, get you a 5 Series. If you can get an M5, whoo, man, if you can get an M5, girl, the power, oh my goodness, you're going to get in trouble. But a 5 Series is great. I always tell people, if you're looking at BMWs, 5 Series are better. You can't go wrong. I had an X5. I had a 7 Series. Like if you're gonna get something like a 3 Series or something like that, you definitely want to get an M. The M's are like there's special engine, sport packaging, and all that, tighter suspension and all that. And you want to get you an M. If you're gonna get a 3 Series, you want to get a manual. That's just my thing. A lot of people are like, why get a manual? Because that's really driving. BMW makes a really good product. My only problem with BMW is their design. They change up their design so much, and they'll do some good things and they'll do some bad things. They'll change the grill, they'll change it, they'll change. They mess up the design, I think, a little bit. But if you want a more sports feel, and I'm not a paid advertiser, like BMW hasn't paid me anything, but y'all can. I'll let your boy. But if you want a sports feel, but you want luxury wrapped up in that, then I would say, yeah, go holler at BMW or Porsche. If you want a luxurious vehicle that's powerful and can handle, go ahead and look at Mercedes. Mercedes is just like more comfort and corporate, and BMW is more street with it as far as performance, and you can get after it. And then Audi, Porsche, Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche. I've had Audi before. I haven't had a Porsche, but I've had Audi before. You know what? We're gonna have to do a car show. We're gonna do a car show. We're gonna do a car show. But I'll tell you this: if you want to get a BMW and you're getting a 3 Series, make sure you get manual and try to get an M. Going to be looking at BMW, you want to look at 5 Series and above. If you're looking at Mercedes, I would say look at E-Class and above. But you really can't go wrong with Mercedes, man. They do a really good job on craftsmanship, and the cars are top notch. And if you look at AMGs in Mercedes, forget about it. Forget about it. You're just gonna fall in love. So anyway, that's it. We're gonna, now that's off topic. My bad. I got carried away. We'll do a car show, man. I'll tell you about my experiences with different cars and what I thought or whatever. It'll be a good episode. I think it'll be fun. Um, but yeah, if you definitely get that BMW, sis, 5 Series, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong. It's an amazing vehicle. Brother Dino, DL BMW 4i M50, 0 to 60 in 3.9 seconds, electric with 4x4. Hey, man, they are making electric cars definitely the way of the future, man. People were hesitant to get electric cars for a couple reasons. The first reason was it just didn't have the power. People were like, it doesn't have the feel. They definitely have the power now. And the second reason was there was, the range was pretty bad, and it was really hard, kind of like drive across country. It's hard to keep the car charged, but they're making better batteries that could go further. And there are places where you can charge, and they have hybrids. So I could definitely see electric cars being the wave of the future for sure at every level. You know what I mean? From you can go from Kia all the way up to Lamborghini, Bugatti and all that. I'm pretty sure they'll have all those electric options for you. We're definitely gonna do a car show. And Brother Dino is saying, Zerkin waiting for his coat delivery, fresh and fit 30 minutes late. You know how that is, bro. You know how it is. You said it, not me. But yeah. Yeah, you know what that is, man. Like I said, I met Zerka in person, and I kept my distance, man. I just put it to you that way, bro. I stayed over where I was. I'm like, he can stay over there, bro. I just nothing I really wanted to talk to that dude about. But I was sitting right next to Myron and Angie. Shout out to Angie, man. She is so sweet, so cool. And one of Angie's friends was in town, and I was talking to her, had an amazing conversation. And Angie and Angie's friend are both from Venezuela. We were talking about what was going on in Venezuela. We actually had some really we hit some really good topics. I wish I had brought my camera and actually filmed our conversation. But her friend was really cool. I forgot her name. Horrible with names, but I'll never forget her face. A young, beautiful woman from Argentina who was, it was great. Next time I see Angie, I'm definitely going to ask about her friend. But man, let's get into what we came to talk about, y'all. Like the dark world of atmosphere modeling, you know what I mean, and VIP hosts, right? So there's a world out there that the 1% knows about. So if whatever the 1% wants, whatever, really wealthy people want, and really you can say, let's say $10 million and up, you can pretty much get anything you want. And I do mean anything from, the normal to the most extreme to the horrific. Whatever you want, you can get it. Someone's going to provide it for you. That's always been the case throughout history. But I just wanted you guys to see what's going on right here in the good old US of A, especially now. It's something that everyone needs to know about, and it's something that young women really need to think about. Really need to think about it. I remember back in the early 90s, my supervisor at work, he asked me, he's like, hey, do you know what the most valuable resource, the most valuable commodity is on planet Earth? And, some of us were saying gold, silver. Some of us were saying, like different minerals. And we were talking about, well, just, money, like talking about, what types of currencies and all that. He was like, nope. It is a young, beautiful woman between the age of 18 and 26. This was back in 1998 when he told me this. It was a general conversation. All of us were talking. Air traffic controllers, when something going on, we just sitting around talking. And long before I knew anything about a manosphere or red pill or all that other kind of stuff, and I thought about it, and he's like, you know what? He's right. There is that is the single most valued commodity on planet Earth. A young, beautiful woman. You add on all of, like, she's peaceful and she's polite, she cooks, she's feminine, she's out. That is the most valuable commodity on the planet. Crazy, huh? Crazy. A young woman who truly understands her value the sky's the limit. She could do whatever. Some Helena Troy type stuff. You know what I mean? Some Cleopatra type stuff, man. Like, she can do whatever. So I'm like, wow. So ladies, that means that these dudes out here, powerful men, not so powerful men or whatever, they are looking to meet up with and be surrounded by young, beautiful women. You guys need to be careful. You guys need to understand what's going on. If someone was paying you money to be around them, it could be a trap. You know what I'm saying? It could be a problem. Look out. That's all I'm saying. I had the very first conversation with my daughter today about this, and this is something we're going to talk about more as she gets older. But I'm already trying to bring her up onto game right now. You know what I mean? Right now, Sister Candace, use what you got to get what you want. Diamond, yeah, and it's out there. I ain't mad. So there's a video out there that I want you guys to see, and we're gonna pull it up right now, and I'm here to tell you that the stuff in this video, they ain't lying, they're not exaggerating a little bit. If anything, they're not telling you what's really going on. So, again, this is about this whole atmosphere modeling. You're looking at VIP hosts, what's going on in these major cities in America, LA, San Francisco, San Diego, Chicago, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, shit here, Tampa, Chicago, New York, DC. It's going on everywhere, even some of the smaller cities. So let's check this out.
I am low-key so nervous to be revealing all of these secrets about Las Vegas.
If I had known, I would have done something about it.
What is atmosphere modeling?
It's been around for a long time. It happens all around the world.
Honestly, just really disturbs me.
It can get sketchy really fast, and it does.
If you're unfamiliar with the term, atmosphere models are women hired to look desirable and attract the attention of men.
You get paid to sit and drink and flirt with dudes in a club all night.
The logic is, if a man hears or sees that a venue is full of beautiful women, they are more likely to choose to spend their night at that location.
When guys see girls partying and having fun, they want to pop more bottles and they want to spend more money.
Sometimes atmosphere models are hired directly by a club or restaurant for this purpose and are encouraged to flirt with the guests so they spend more money at the bar.
So yeah, we were like undercover salespeople. And odds are that we got you to spend more money than you ever intended to.
However, a different kind of clientele exists, one that's more lucrative and dangerous. Every weekend, wealthy people flock to Las Vegas to eat, drink, and party. But what's the point in doing so if you don't have several young women by your side to boost your ego? This is also
right now. Everyone understands this concept, but I don't know if people understand how deep this particular rabbit hole goes. So like they said, like if you going out with the homeboys or whatever, y'all going out, I don't care where you are, I don't care who you are. If you're going out, you're gonna want beautiful women around you, right? If you're in the big cities, you want to go into the nightclubs, you actually want to get in, you're gonna have to have beautiful women with you. I know this. Michael Certain talks about this all the time. That's his thing over there, Men of Action. He's been doing this for a very, very, very long time. He's absolutely right. I used to kick it in Hollywood with the cool kids. Whenever I went somewhere, I would have at least 2 beautiful women with me. If it's like a newer club or whatever, if I didn't already know the bouncer, if I didn't know the owner or managers, right? If I wasn't already cool with like the top bartenders, if I'm going in there for the first time trying to make inroads, I will come with at least 2 beautiful women. Generally, we had about 5 or 6 girls with us. We come in there and it's on. I go up to the door guy. You'll see I'm with these beautiful women. The rope opens up automatically. They're not asking me about any money or anything. And this is before people were popping bottles. I would normally go in, get a table, just get dinner or whatever. And I can have, two dudes with me. Got like 5 girls, like 3 dudes. Normally I had just me and one of my homeboys. That's about it, or just by myself. Like you can't have like 5 guys and 5 girls. It's not going to work. You got to be more women. They always want beautiful young women inside the club. They want more women than men inside the club. Why? Because they realize there's only a certain percentage of people who can actually afford to go in there and spend money. And if they see a guy who has a bunch of women with him, they're gonna all right, this dude is at least gonna be able to go in here and buy drinks for all these women, right? Even though they can go out and get other people to buy them drinks. But they know that those women are gonna help keep people in the club, and people are gonna be like, man, it was lit. It was fire, it was off the chain back in the day, old lingo. And people are gonna keep coming back, right? So I always did that. If I didn't have women with me and it was a place where I wasn't established and I really wanted to get in there, you just have to bribe the door guy. Go up, talk to the door guy, like, hey, man, this is what's going on. I'm not on anybody's list. I don't know this. I don't know that, blah, blah, blah. And you can either slide dude some bread, or if dude's cool, he'll be like, hey, man, don't worry. Come back in 30 minutes. I got you. And you just go off somewhere for 30 minutes, go have a drink, come walking right back. And when you come back, he just open the rope for you, let you right in. Or he'll be like, cool, no problem. I'm going to need you to buy a bottle. I remember last time I went to Sky Bar, and this was a long time ago. Sky Bar is still there. It's on Sunset Boulevard, right across the street from the Comedy Store. Right. It's you know, it has a beautiful view. You're overlooking, because you're up on like a cliff. You're kind of overlooking, you know, all of LA, right? You can, on a clear day, you can see all the way down to LAX from Sky Bar. So it has a pool right there. It's pretty cool. I was at Sky Bar, like, hey man, I don't have anyone with me. I just kind of, you know, just want to go out and have a good time. You know, I'll pay whatever reserve, whatever. Dude was like, all right, man, you cool. Hold on 1 second. And he's like, these 3 girls are trying to get in. I'm on so-and-so's list, and da-da-da-da-da. They're not on anybody's list. And the bouncer was like, look, I don't know this person you're talking about, you're on this list, but if you want, you can walk in with this gentleman right here. Right. And they were like, okay, we'll go in with him. Just regular, you know, they were just regular girls. I think one was a teacher. The other one was in college, like finishing up some grad school. And I forget what the third one did, right? They were all cool, just about 6, 7s. They were, you know, cool, nice, great personalities. We all walked in, didn't charge me nothing. I got a bottle. I'm like, yo, just give me a bottle because I want to sit down. And I said, hey, man, you guys seem cool. You know, you're more than welcome to sit with me. I'm just going to get a bottle. And they did. We hung out for the rest of the night. It was a good time. And the girls, once we got in, the girls was like, you don't have to get the bottle. Just cancel it. You're already in. I'm like, nah, baby, it's cool. I'm just going to sit here and, you know, chill out. And it was great. But how did I get in there? I had, you know, I went up, I talked to dude. He saw I wasn't some sort of weirdo. I was dressed properly, right? And I was willing, you know what I mean, to go ahead and pay. It's a business at the end of the day. So, you know, the bouncer teamed me up with some women who were trying to get in. No problem. Everybody was happy, right? So that's how that works. That was back in the day. Now, dudes ain't trying to holler. Most dudes don't have game. They don't know how to do this kind of stuff. They got money and credit cards, and they're just going to pay for everything. You get me? It's hard work to get women to holler at you, right? It's not easy to befriend beautiful women and find the cool ones and have the ones that actually want to hang out with you. It's hard. It takes a lot of work. These dudes are like, why do that? We're just going to pay somebody to pay women to hang out with us. So this happens. This has always been the case, but now it's kind of gotten into a dark world, and you got guys who, you know, it's like money and a thing. So again, they have no game. They're like the passport bros, and they're just going to try to buy their way into whatever situation, right? So let's continue.
Also a type of atmosphere modeling, and the women doing it are usually working models or influencers looking to make some extra cash. As clients will pay thousands of dollars to have a group of women join them on their night out. Although some atmosphere modeling agencies exist, in Vegas, they are often hired through what's known as a VIP host, aka a feeder. Have you ever seen men on Instagram that only post photos with celebrities and large groups of women seemingly partying every night of the week, with the only thing in their bio being an email? These are VIP hosts advertising their services. And if you're a wealthy person planning a trip to Las Vegas, you can hire one to take care of everything necessary for you to have a great weekend. The 3 most commonly requested things are reservations and women. If you want,
and I don't know if y'all saw that previous slide on there when it was like $100,000 a night for the, I guess, the presidential suite or wherever, that came with 2 massage rooms and a 24-hour butler. Yeah, man, that's the kind of money that's out there. Those VIP hosts, those dudes, it is their job to get those big money guys to come in and get them whatever they want, all the way down to the detail. I want a blonde who is 5'8", without her heels on, right? I want her to be 5'8" with a nice tan, blue eyes. They'll run it all the way down, and those guys will find you exactly who you are looking for. Right? It's crazy. Brother Cody's King is in the building. He's like, hookers. Hey, man. It's what it is. Miss AKA lady, she's laughing. She's like, I was really off. I thought this was going to have something to do with weather systems. Girl, you are high. Not weather systems. Oh, that's funny. That is funny. Yeah, nah, we're not talking about weather. Yeah, Brother Tez is in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. I'm glad you could come through, man. It's always a pleasure to see you, man. Yeah, please hit that like button. I appreciate it. Like and subscribe, man. And then Sister Candace, like, just another way to monetize your youth and beauty. Remember the video model? Yeah, the video vixen. I know the video vixen. I know Corinne. You know what I mean? Corinne used to kick it with me. Was one of the women that would come to me if I was going to something that I thought was going to be more industry, more hip hop or something like that, you know what I mean, a little more ghetto type shit, I hit her up. Yo, Corinne, what's up? I'm about to go to this thing, man. You should ride with me. She'll like, bet. Or I'll go in there. She'll already be there. You know what I mean? So again, it's all about networking. And I met her through my people at the barbershop. It's just funny. You never know where you're going to meet folks, right? So shout out to Corinne. You know what I mean? We got Dusto in the building, man. Scam Michael, what's good, fam? So that's one of the keys. Like, especially if you out there, that's one of the keys, man. Like, if you're going to do something, I'm telling you, social proof is real. You hear these guys in the manosphere, the red pillars talking about this stuff. They're not lying. Wherever I went, I come in there with 5 women. I ain't messing with none of them. I ain't smashing none of the women that are with me. I'll come out of there with 1 or 2 more that I'm trying to get at, and will probably get at them. Right? That's social proof. I'm sitting at a booth surrounded by beautiful women, just me and one of my dudes. All the other ladies are in there watching, like, who are those guys? Right? We got a bottle, whatever. We getting love. And think about it. I was getting discounts. I wasn't paying. Like, I would have a tab at the bar. I wasn't paying for every drink. They was hooking me up because I was tipping I was tipped like crazy. Right? So my people will hook me up. So I might be paying for 1 out of every 3 drinks. You know, we get a bottle. We get the bottle at cost. They just happy that I got people in there. I got these beautiful women in there. Right? And there's dudes over there sending bottles to the table. Like, you know, man, hey, can you introduce me to your friend? Like, oh, okay. Yeah, you can't say hi. Hey, so-and-so, that's so-and-so, done. Man, you and then come to find out that guy who's afraid to go up and talk to a woman has a couple mansions in the Hollywood Hills. They'll invite us up. Hey, man, we're having, a little party in the hills. Once y'all come through tonight, bet we'll be there. Show up, and sure enough, they got this big old, 15-room mansion up in the Hollywood Hills, just up there kicking it. You know what I mean? DJing, partying, and all that. This is a networking thing. I never had to pay the women. The women just came out when they didn't have to pay nothing. They came out with me. But now dudes are like, look, everybody's looking for cheat codes, so they just want to pay to have these women come out. Like Cody said, you know what I mean? Could be hookers. Let's continue.
X amount of X substance in your hotel room when you arrive, VIP hosts can do that. If you need
15,000 a night.
last-minute reservations to an exclusive restaurant, VIP hosts can book that. And if you need 3 blonde women and 4 brunette women to follow you around that weekend, they can take care of that too. No matter how bizarre or specific a request is, VIP hosts will make it happen. They're able to accomplish this because clubs, restaurants, and drug dealers want wealthy people to spend exuberant amounts of money in their businesses. These rich clients, who are also referred to as whales, are known to spend anywhere from $200,000 to $300,000 a weekend on nightlife alone. And as VIP
They're not exaggerating. They are not exaggerating. In Vegas, that's just regular money. That's just regular money. This video focuses on Vegas, but this goes down everywhere. Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, Miami, right here in Tampa, like I said before, Orlando. This goes down everywhere. Chicago, you know what I mean? In Philly, Dallas. I think it was Kevin Samuels said this. Like, if they have an NBA team or NFL team in the city, then it could go down there, because that's where a lot of that money comes from there. Like New York is Wall Street money plus entertainment money plus international money. But it is nothing for guys to go out to one of these exclusive restaurants, the grand opening of whatever you name the restaurant, and spend 10 grand on dinner. For him and his group, it's nothing to go into the club and buy 4 or 5 bottles. I know for when Miami F1 weekend this past year in Miami, they were selling, but I think the average bottle in some of the clubs, like a club like Live, you probably be spending $50,000 or $100,000 a bottle in the real exclusive joints for some of those F1 parties. There's nothing. These people got money. It blows my mind. You know what I mean? But they keep blurting out the word when they talk about the pharmaceuticals, right? When these dudes show up, they fly in on a private jet or whatever. It's already set up. They're getting picked up from the airport or helicoptered onto the, straight to the casino, right? That happens a lot in Vegas. They have a lot of helicopters, like air taxi kind of things, that will helicopter you directly to your hotel, so you ain't even got to get in the car. You and all your people, right? Helicopter you to the hotel. You good to go. You in there, and whatever you want is waiting on you. If you want powder, is waiting on you. If you like pills, they're waiting on you. right? If you like mushrooms, they're waiting on you. Whatever it is, that's why you're paying these VIP hosts, not the ones who are with corporations and like corporate entities, not them, right? We're talking about the VIP host, the independent contracting VIP host, the guys who don't mind getting you whatever it is you want and have it there waiting on you. Anything, right? Anything. Just keep that in mind. You know what I mean? You know, Brother Ted's like never been in the clubbing scene, so this is informative, bro. I'm trying to tell you, man, it blows your mind. Like when I go out now as an old dude, I just sit back and watch. I'm just people watching. And there's certain clubs I'm not gonna go into because I don't feel like dropping the bread. Like you can go. The last time I was in Vendome and in Miami, shout out to Fresh. Last time I was in Vendome. Whenever I go to Vendome or Komodo, the bouncers see me and they're like, "Oh, that's Fresh's uncle." It's hilarious. They think that Fresh is my nephew for real. So they let me in. You know what I mean? So I'm not paying $100 to get in. And then it's just the bottle service, like a cheap bottle at Vendome, depending on what night of the week, man. You're looking at $1,200 for a cheap bottle. That's not even top shelf, man. That's well type stuff, right? So I don't generally go to places like that. I'll go to a cool little bar. I might go to Red Bar or I might go to Blackbird or something like that where I could get a bottle for $200. I'll do that. You know, I get a bottle of vodka or whatever for $200 or tequila. I'm sorry, I get a bottle of tequila for like, $175, $200. I'll do that. But that same bottle in Vendome is probably going to cost $2,000, $2,500, something like that, man. So it's all about status, man. You know what I mean? It's all about status. Scam Michael, he knows me. He's seen me out there. He's like, DL's the observer. Yeah, man. I sit there and I'm watching. I'm watching everything. Very little get past me because I want to see the drama when it's coming. I don't want to see I don't want to miss the drama and be stuck in the middle of it. You know what I mean? For real, for real. So let's get back to the video.
VIP hosts are known for connecting whales with businesses. Restaurants and clubs are happy to accommodate. This is why VIP hosts are also referred to as feeders. They feed businesses wealthy clients that will spend a lot of money. However, none of them are going out unless they have a large entourage full of beautiful women. According to an interview with an anonymous VIP host in an episode of the Road podcast, hosts will have a variety of different women in their contact list available to offer atmosphere. Photos of these women will be sent to the client, and after he makes his selection, these women will be given a time and place to meet up with them. Although atmosphere models purely offer their presence and will typically make $400 to $600 a night, some will choose to make a little extra money on the side by offering their client other services, at times bringing their nightly total into the six-figure range.
And I know you guys are thinking like, Uncle DL, what other services are they offering? Whatever services are needed, my friend. Whatever services are needed. It could be the simple stuff that you're thinking about. You know what I mean? The grown-up stuff. We're just going to jump up and down on each other. We're going to just bounce around on each other. It could be that. Or it could be something as crazy as a dude who has a doggy costume, a real doggy costume he probably spent $50,000 for. And he might have this woman because she seems cool. He's like, I just come back to my room, my penthouse with me. And he's going to put on his doggy outfit and he's going to walk around and she has to, just pat him and rub his belly and, put his collar on or whatever and walk him around the room. Y'all think I'm making it up? People will pay you money to do that. You will be surprised at the kind of kinky stuff that, that again, to each his own. That's what you want to do. Let's go ahead and do it. But he might pay a woman to come back to the room so he can just act like a baby and put on a diaper and poop himself. And then she's going to change him. Again, y'all think I'm playing. And some of y'all might be like, I wouldn't do that. Change a dude. Are you crazy? Nah, DLs, no way I would do that. Oh, you wouldn't do that for $300,000? You wouldn't do it? They'll start there. You do it for 300. Ooh, 300, maybe. All right, we don't have 300 cash, but we can definitely pay you $100,000 right now in gambling chips and show you the chips. You go $100,000. We just need you to go up there and change it. You only got to change it one time. That's the kind of stuff that goes on. If you won't do it, somebody else will. I'm trying to tell you, it don't, man. Look, I'm telling you, Cody, man, I ain't making this up. The stuff and this was LA. I can only imagine what's going on in Vegas. The stuff I saw in LA was just insane. I got a joke I do on stage. When the name of the bit is Runaway Slave, right? I do this bit on stage when I talk about this story. I met this woman and she wanted me to dress up as a slave because she dressed up as a, plantation owner or whatever. I paint this big picture, but the punchline is me running down the street just as a slave and the police ride up next to me like, oh, you were at Brittany's house. Like, it's like one of those things, she does it all the time, right? Because her husband came home, right? That's the punchline. And people like, oh man, how did you think that up? I'm creative, but I ain't that creative. Right? How do you think I thought that up? I have seen some of the weirdest things in my life in Hollywood. In Hollywood, bro. It's insane. It's stuff that I've seen in Hollywood got my imagination going a different way. Like, I can't believe they're actually doing this. But yes, people are dressed up in a dog suit and just hire somebody to walk them around the room. Right? Yeah, dude to pay you to change his diaper. He'll come back and put on his diaper. Yeah. Yeah. We talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. Yeah. So let's continue.
I've gotten asked, hey, come back to my room and would you sleep with me? We're not, like, I'm always very adamant about that, but I also know that there are people who do cross that line.
Right.
Because they're hustling. I don't know.
No, absolutely. I mean, you get your money however you want.
Right.
Although atmosphere models aren't escorts, clients often get confused and feel like they own the models, reportedly touching them inappropriately while expecting them to sleep with them.
Are all the girls who do this doing sketchy things? Absolutely not. Most of them are literally just there to like hang out, get paid, go home. But the problem is men like to test their boundaries. And a lot of young women that I know, girls that I'm friends with, have been coerced into doing things that they didn't initially sign up to do.
Additionally,
Coerced. Men like to push boundaries. If a dude is paying $80,000 to have 7 or 8 women to hang out with him, okay, I get that. That's fine. But the dude knows that, well, I'm dealing with women or I'm dealing with people that will do just about anything for money. So, yeah. And if he thinks she's fine, in his mind, he's thinking, because you don't know what the host is saying. You don't know what he asked the host for. So it goes back to that VIP host. You're not dealing with somebody from a Fortune 100 corporation who's going to come in here and everything's going to be above board. They're going to make the guy sign contracts and say, hey, these are the do's and don'ts. This is how we do it. Our women do this. You're not going to get that. Are there corporations out there like that? Yes, there are. And the guys who use those services, they understand. They'll sit down with them and say, hey, these are the do's and don'ts. This is this. And on the other side of that, they're telling the girls, like, all right, this is how much money you're going to make. This is how it's going to work. Our guys are going to be with you the whole time. So it's not like we're just going to drop you off with these men or this man or whatever. Our guys are going to be there. If you have any issues, all you got to do is look at one of our guys and wink twice. He's going to come over. Like, there's going to be some sort of sign. The guys are trained. These are big dudes, security dudes. They'll come over. They know what time it is. They'll get you out of situations if you're not feeling safe. If you all you got to do is say, hey, I'm not comfortable, I want to go. And those guys will get you out of there, right? That's what the above board companies do. They're like, look, we're not feeding you call girls. We have professional atmosphere models, and this is what they do. These are the do's and don'ts. Guys, they'll pay that one time and realize I can't do nothing because, again, they'll bring the women. The women have do's and don'ts as well. The guys, the team will say, listen, this is how it's going to go. Ladies, you guys are going to be with me from the time we pick you up at 8 p.m. until the time we drop you off at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. or whatever time they agree on. You're not going home with any of these other guys. Don't care what you tell me or what you say. You're going to start your night here and you're going to end your night here. Once I get you back here, the team gets you back here, you're going to sign these documents. You're going to look at the camera, and then we're going to leave because this is where we left you. If you want to go off and do whatever you want to do at that point, that's on you. That's what the top tier people are doing. So the big money guys, they might rock with that company once, but they're going to want to go with the company that's going to bring us the 304s. We want the chicks that are, hey, man, she going to take it, and they're going to be talking to that VIP host, man. Hey, how much money she normally be getting? Like, yeah, for her, bro, you could probably get her for $2,500. You could probably get her right there for $10,000. She's our stud right there. Or you can get her over here for about $200. You know what I mean? She's just a straight up freak, right? They're going to know. Yeah, bring me them. Hey, bring me the cheap girls. You know what I mean? So the VIP host is telling the money guy what's up with the girls and how's this gonna work. And they provide these dudes with all sorts of stuff. And they're gonna talk about it here. These VIP dudes are so dirty, they will provide the guys, the money guys, with the pharmaceuticals, the little pills they can drop into their drinks that's gonna leave them incapacitated, which that is absolutely horrific. And that should be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. As a matter of fact, that's when you should send, you know what I'm saying, little Ron and them in there to break some knees, put some holes in people, because that's absolutely wrong. But this is what they are doing. There's a difference between the corporate people and then you got the people out here who just hustling, right? And they man, I'm ladies, y'all need to understand what's going on and tell these young women to be careful. Let's continue.
Sometimes the host will require the atmosphere models to sign an NDA.
What's the craziest experience that you've had?
There are a few, but I'm actually not allowed to talk about them because I've had to sign NDAs.
Oh my God.
In an article written by actress and model Ellen Hancock about her experience as atmosphere modeling, she says, "I was on one Vegas trip and was surprised to find out we would be partying with a well-known Hollywood actor and his entourage that weekend. One of the guys in his entourage, a club guy from New York, took a liking to me. The party went on as usual, but at the end of the night, I was invited with the group to their private poker room. I watched the well-known actor lose $250,000 on a single hand of cards without a flinch. I felt like I was getting the craziest inside look into their lifestyle. Who wouldn't tag along to see? While hanging out with the guy who had taken a liking to me, he handed me a $1,000 chip. Seriously? Thank you. Though my excitement was short-lived, as it then became clear that he expected me to sleep with him." She describes another celebrity client who took a liking to her, saying, "I had to argue with the client to let me leave and get a taxi. He was trying to grip me the whole time, and his friend told me I better sleep with him, as it was my only chance to be with a celebrity. It was a horrible night, and I was so relieved when I finally got home." She goes on to mention that during a different atmosphere modeling gig for a billionaire, she watched a model receive $60,000 in poker chips and another receive $120,000, while she herself only received $500 for playing true to her role as an atmosphere model.
There it is right there. There it is. Like I told you, man, why do they pay them in chips? It's not traceable. Right? And the women will take those chips, and they know how the IRS look at stuff. They'll take those chips home and they'll slowly go to the casino to redeem it. So they'll come in and get they'll trade in $9,000 at a time. They go $9,000, he'll go $9,300. And you think the casino they don't know what's going on. They know what's going on. These young girls come in to exchange those chips. The casino ain't gonna trip. Like, all right, go ahead. If I came in there with $10,000 worth of chips, they're gonna be asking me all kind of questions. I'm trying to, you go 5,000. They're gonna be asking me all kind of questions. But let some young beautiful woman walk in there with $120,000 in chips, and she's like, "Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna exchange a little here, a little bit there, a little bit there." They know what it is. They know what it is. You're right, sis. You know what I mean? Sis Candace, like no accountability. They don't want to be accountable. They know what time it is. Come on now. They know what time it is. Can I get some podcast, man? What's up, D? I see you, fam. And he's like, "I've been to a few of them rooms back in the day. The Bay Area is a sleeper." And I keep saying San Francisco, LA, San Diego. It's probably jumping off in Fresno, bro. Is it I would not be surprised if it's not some high roller types in Fresno doing the same thing. It might be popping off in Fresno. I wouldn't be surprised at all. You know what I mean? And you have a good point. He's talking to Miss AKA lady, or they just know their price. They do. They know what they doing, man. And I'm not mad. I don't sit back and judge. Get your money how you get your money, but don't go crying about it later. But I thought that was real cool. The little shorty was like, "Man, I'm sitting there. She got a little $500 in chips and she happy, but she looking across the table, pocket watching. Little shorty over there getting $120,000 in chips. I wonder what she doing. What you think she doing, shorty? Come on now."
Suggesting the other models may have offered other services. Something to keep in mind is that the VIP hosts supplying the women are also supplying the. And according to the interview with the VIP host on the Road podcast, one of the most requested drugs from clients is G.
Oh, G.
I don't even know what that is.
I didn't even know what that was.
Deep.
Wait, people are
that's
taking
like
that?
Yeah.
People are taking that?
We'll take that.
Are you sure motherfuckers aren't buying it from you to like other motherfuckers?
Oh, I don't know. Girls love that, you know?
GH is known as a date drug because it's hard to detect if it slipped into a drink, and once ingested, the victim is rendered unconscious and will wake up the following day with no memory of what happened. The combination of supplying clients with young women, as well as a substance long associated with assault, paints a disturbing picture of the situations atmosphere models put themselves into. Especially once you consider that Nevada has the second highest rate of human trafficking in the USA, with more than 300 adults being reported missing every month, and more than 8,000 children going missing every year. During a day-long Nevada sex trafficking and prostitution summit held in February of 2023, attorney Jason Guinasso said, "In the state of Nevada per capita, we have a higher incidence of sex trafficking in our state than any other state. We almost double up the next closest state. It's not because of morality, but because of a supply and demand for women. We've put out a sign in the state of Nevada that anything goes here, and we put neon lights on it and said, 'Come here.' But I think it's time to turn those lights off and express to those on the outside that we're no longer going to nurture that kind of economy here." To make matters worse, regular clients start to get tired of their host's selection of models, leading to promoters visiting college campuses to recruit atmosphere models by offering them free alcohol and a hotel stay in Vegas, just to get.
And that part right there is what people need to understand. And like I said, if you're going, you got these young women out here, they're fit. Remember, the 70 to 75% of America is not fit. So you got a young woman out there. She's pretty. She's fit. She's 18, 19 years old. She's in college. She needs to be told these things. She really does. She needs to understand what it is. Like I said, my daughter, she's a young teen, and I'm already talking to her about it. You need to understand. This is what it is. Right? There are no free rides. Someone doing something, they got plans for you. You got to be careful. And like Vegas, Sin City, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, man, they mean that. But you got these hosts willing to provide anything and everything to their clients, to these guys, right? Which is wrong. That's the difference between the corporate people and those street hustling clients or whatever. The corporate people, if you want a Lamborghini, they're going to get you a proper Lamborghini. It's going to cost a lot of money. They're going to get it from a corporation that's well-founded and all the insurance and everything's taken care of. No problem. Here go your car. These hustler dudes, man, they'll go to a friend of theirs and, they'll try to work out some situation where you get out, they're going to give all this money. Like, hey, man, just give me all this money for the Lamborghini. They're going to take a cut off the top and get arrested their friend or whatever for a couple of nights. It's this, the insurance is in question. The car might be in question. You don't know if that car is stolen or not, right? These guys will do anything to get the bread. They do not care. And then they're going to bring in these young girls who really don't know what time it is, and they're supplying the guys with the substance they need to incapacitate them. Like, come on, man. That's wrong. That's completely wrong. And you catch somebody doing that, you want to set up a sting. That's the thing you should be setting up. Catch the dudes who provide that product. Catch them dudes and take them off the street. That's a real problem. Or leave them on the street and turn them over to the parents of the women who fall victim to the guys that they gave that stuff to. Now, here's the thing, the flip side of that. You go to Colombia. They got this thing called the Dragon's Breath or something like that. Bro, women use this on guys. We had Tobias the Traveler was talking about that. He got, they put something in his drink and he woke up the next day and his stuff was gone and had to get the police involved and all this other kind of stuff. He don't remember any of it. It happens all over the place. It's not just men, targeting women. Like I said, man, you out there think you hunting these women might be out there hunting you. You the big guy, Mr. Big with all his money. She got something for you too. You got your little pill. She might have her little thing too. Who's going to get to who first? It happens in Miami all the time. It was just on the news a few months ago. Some woman drugged some dude after he brought her back to her crib and she walked out of there with hundreds of thousands of dollars in jewelry and cash. She got him. Got the safe open and everything. Took his Rolexes and all that. Took his cash. She, you know what I mean? She got him. Now, the police caught her like they had, dude, because in most cases, guys won't come forward and say, hey, she got me. This dude did. He ran to the police, and they caught her pretty quick. But this is what's going on. It's a vicious game on everybody. Like, you mixing it up with the worst of the worst. But like I said, in Vegas, man, they got you. They got you. You know what I mean? Brother Cody is saying chicks take that stuff for fun, right? He's talking about, yeah, you know what I mean, knowing full well what it does. Miss A. Kaylee, like that's why you got to prepare your kids for the traps of college. Absolutely. Absolutely. You gotta let them know. Prepare your kids for the world as it is today, not the world as it should be. If you don't, you only gonna hurt your children or allow them to hurt themselves.
Get some new talent around their clients. And in a TikTok posted by someone with experience atmosphere modeling, they describe a job they booked in Los Angeles, where they found out a fellow model was actually a minor.
I've talked about being an atmosphere model in the past, but I just found out about a really messed up situation. So flashback to October, I was in LA for an atmosphere modeling event. So my company, the guy that I work with, he arranged like a bunch of girls. Most of them I've met before. But then he also invited 2 other guys to help out with the event, to bring models. And these guys are well-known promoters in LA. But anyways, they showed up with a bunch of girls. And I just found out now, 4 months later, through my own investigation, that at least 4 of the girls that those guys brought were not only under 21, they were under 18. This event was dinner club after party. And these girls definitely should not have been going to the club and should not have been in this situation at all. Is that those 2 promoters even associate with girls that are under 18? It's insane to me that these guys are even associating with girls that are under 18 and inviting them to events. It honestly just really disturbs me that I was even at an event with girls that were underage and I didn't even know that they were. It just was not okay for them to be there. I'm just really disturbed by this entire thing.
When you read into experiences, people
Now, you hear that story, and that is kind of disturbing, but underage women have been getting into the clubs forever. That's not new, especially in places like LA. Oh my God, what some of these underage girls are doing in LA is crazy. And I'm not talking about today. I'm talking about what they was doing back in the 70s, 80s, 90s. I remember once the first time I went to Miami. This was 90, this must have been 98. Right? I think this was 1998. First time I went to Miami. And I'm on South Beach. I'm on Ocean. And I'm like right across from like all the little clubs or whatever. It was a spot there. I can't remember the name of it, but it was like a spot, like it's like very Latin, like people dance, like the women there are beautiful. The guys that they hired to work there, the models, waiters and stuff, they're all ripped up and they just dance. It's like I forget the name of it. It'll come to me. I think it's still there. More of a family vibe during the daytime, but at nighttime is like it was crazy, right? So I'm across the street from there. I'm kind of on the beach. I'm sitting there talking to some woman. We're just talking, blah, 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 blah. And she's telling me about all of the cool spots in Miami at that time. She's telling me about the after hours. She's telling me about the pool party, the afternoon party. She's telling me she ran it down. 24 hours, where to go, you know what I mean? Who runs what, who to talk to, da, 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 da. So I'm talking to her now. If I'm starting to pay attention to this this young woman, kind of looking at her. I'm like, baby, how old are you? She was like, I'm 16. She was 16 years old. She knows everything about Miami. She was like, you want me to I could take you if you want to go. You got a car. We can go over to so-and-so. No. Child, I don't. 16 years old, man. She wasn't even lying. Now imagine all the girls out there who were lying. And it was at that moment I really began to pay attention. I'm pretty good when it comes to looking at a woman, and tell her she's, gauging her age, especially like if she's over or under 18. I've gotten pretty good at it. But if I'm in a situation where I can't tell, I'll leave. If I'm in a spot and I can't readily tell, like, if all the women look young, I'm like, I don't know if she's man, I'm out of there. This is the wrong place. You know what I mean? And normally you could tell by the way that they can't walk right in high heels and the way they dress isn't quite right. And you look, you know what I mean? So, but now I'm like, at my age, nah, man, you look like you younger than my daughter. What you doing in here? Young women have been doing this all the time. LA, that's a thing. That is still a thing to this day. These young girls will be getting in there. They'll have fake IDs. There was a thing, I think they were called the Bling Ring. I don't know if you guys ever heard of them. It was a group of kids. I call them kids, but at the time, I think they were minors. They were going around burglarizing the homes of A-list celebrities and stuff like that, like Paris Hilton and stuff like that, right? They were actually going into their house stealing stuff. And then they would go out and party. The two of the girls involved, it was two girls and a guy, and the guy was gay, right? They would just go out and they had been breaking in the car. It started with them breaking in the cars, just kind of seeing what cars are unlocked and open up the car door, go through the car, take money or whatever they can find, and it graduates to them actually taking the car. Like they'll be walking around the Hollywood Hills. Like I said, there's always parties. People are parked wherever, leaving their door unlocked, keys in the car. The kids would just take off in a Bentley or something like that, drive around. You know what I mean? Police wouldn't even care because they weren't black. They were minors. And they were stealing and robbing and doing all this other kind of stuff, getting into parties, getting into clubs because they were cool kids, minors. So for this young woman to be sitting here like, oh my God, I can't believe she was a minor. Oh my God, I can't believe he associated with minors. That dude probably didn't know how old she was. He probably never even asked her. You know, is she? Maybe, but she's getting carded. They got fake IDs that are real California IDs. They just have fake documents to get them. Man, I'm here to tell you, it is crazy. It is crazy out there. Yeah, you got to prepare your kids, man. And these women are putting themselves in these situations. They want to have experiences and they want to have fun. I get that. But they're putting themselves in a very, very, very vulnerable position. It's bad. And if you come and tell them not to do that, like, who are you? Don't tell me what to do. And then something horrible happens. Something horrible happens. And then people like, don't be victim blaming me. I'm like, I told you not to go. Not victim blaming you, but I told you not to go. And you went. And this happened. Yeah, what they did to you was wrong. But what if you hadn't have been here? Yeah, but I could have got hit by a car or something. I could have been da-da-da. All right, I don't know what to tell you. You need to go do something. I ain't doing nothing. I'm not going looking for dude. I told you not to go out there. I told you those people were out there hunting and you got caught. I'm not going out there. You know what I mean? Brother Griot's Vision in the building. What's good, fam? Good to see you, man. Loving them pictures, man. I really appreciate it, man. You really hooked me up. This brother, those pictures in the video I see for the intro and outro, Brother Griot shot all that. You know what I mean? Shoo edited it, but he shot it. And all the pictures you see me putting up, like on my thumbnails, all these newer pictures, they all came from him, man. So shout out to him, bro. I appreciate you, man. Can't wait to work with you again. So shout out to you, man. He's like, shout out to yo, DL, saying proud of how far you've come, bro. Man, we got a long way to go. I thank you for that, though. I thank you for that, man. Yeah, we're coming. We got a long way to go, man. But you know, this is fun. This is fun. We're making it happen. Sister Candace, fast money comes with slow problems. Facts. And people talk about that. Young people. You know what I mean? They're like, well, guys don't know. There's no equivalent to this. We're going out here and these things happen to us. Like, there's an equivalent to that. It's the drug game. It's the drug game. It's the same thing. Fast money comes with slow problems, bro. You know, it's just, you stay in that game long enough, you're going to get wrecked. Same thing for them. Them boys who go out there and they hustling, right? They out there with a pocket full of stones, they going to get wrecked. Simple as that. They trying to be Mr. Big. Stay in that game long enough, man. They going to get you. You're going to get got. Same thing for the list. So yeah, fast money always comes with slow problems. At least understand what you're getting yourself into, ladies. And that's all I'm saying. At least understand what you're getting yourself into. Weigh it out. Have an ounce. Have some sort of exit strategy. Have somebody like, look, man, I got to get this money. So I'm going to have my homeboy be in the club. I'm going to pay for him to get in the club. Or I got to have my own protection. So if you see me half passed out and these dudes are trying to carry me out of there, he come right up and like, nah, that's my people. What's up? I got her. I got her. Nah, I got her. Call 911. That's what you need, because the dudes ain't going to be tripping. Oh, it's fine. And all the other girls who are with them, they're going to be co-signing like, oh, man, she just had too much to drink. It's fine. And next thing you know, she wake up the next morning, she's a porn star because they done filmed her or something. And like I said, man, there's stuff out there that have you agreeing to the stuff and you won't even know it. They got video of you saying, yeah, that's what I want to do. You're not even in your right mind. Like I said, that dragon's breath thing, whatever it is in Colombia, look it up. Breath of the dragon or dragon's breath or whatever it is, bro, some flower that they use down there. Man, look, man, they had dudes at the bank taking money out their account, getting $10,000 out the bank. And the bank tells like, dude was right there. The guy like, I don't remember any of that. It's like one of those things you're like a walking zombie. You don't remember like the past 6 hours. You don't even remember it or whatever it is. It's crazy. You got to be careful out there. You know what I mean? Brother Grill's like, what is the key trait you look for to see if a girl is at least 18? Mostly it's mannerism, it's makeup, right? You gotta look for things like if the makeup isn't quite right, you know what I mean? They can't paint inside the lines, so to speak. I kind of look at that. You gotta have a conversation with them, get them to talk. Their lack of knowledge is always to me a key indicator. Like this girl don't know anything. I mean, nothing. Like she can't tell you anything about the world, right? That's kind of like, all right, I don't know about this. And again, like you see her walking, like you see her in her shoes or whatever, and she's wobbly. She can't really quite, you know what I mean? She just doesn't quite look comfortable in the outfit or whatever. Like it's little things like that, bro. It used to be a lack of tattoos, but now, you know, grown-ups let kids get tattoos at 12 years old. So it used to be piercings, you know what I mean? There's no piercings, but now again, these little girls be getting piercings and they be, you know, so it's probably more difficult now. Right. And again, you can ask them for an ID. Like, yo, let me see your ID, and they'll start going through stuff. You know, ask them to see some of the other IDs that they have. Like, okay, here's the real ID, but oh, here's your high school ID. You know what I mean? Ask them some questions about, you know what I mean, like, you know, what age, you know, just it's certain things you got to kind of do. But for me, it's too much work. If I think for a moment, this person might be a minor, I'm moving on. You know, but when I was younger, it was just, you know, it was just a way. You know what I mean? How many people did they know? Yeah, outside of the bouncers and outside of the host, right? The VIP host. How many people do they know? So it's just kind of one of those things you got to sit back, you know what I mean, and you know, they'll see somebody, like you got to be watching their facial expressions. They'll see some young girls walking by or whatever, and the girls will be like, hey, it's like, oh, they probably go to school together. You know what I mean? I've seen that a couple times. It's just rough, man. It's careful out. You gotta be careful out there, fam. You gotta be careful out there. Nah, Miss AKA, he's in Texas. He's in Texas, but he will travel. He will travel. If you need a photographer, holla at me. If you need a photographer, it's definitely worth the investment to get him out here because we did that work in Miami. Yeah, if you need a photographer, let me know. We might be able to work something out because I wouldn't mind getting him out here. I might be able to work with you to get him out here. But let's continue with the video.
Have had atmosphere modeling, you'll find conflicting reports. Some of them claim it to be a very shady business that other women should avoid for their own safety, while others can't say enough positive things about it, claiming they've never experienced anything other than a great night full of expensive food, drinks, and friends.
We do get to have amazing experience. Very grateful.
Every time DJ Snake would come, we would get paid to be on stage with DJ Snake. Like, some people would kill to do that,
Right.
and we're there like, what time is it? When are we out of here? Like, you know what I mean?
However, the same person connecting you with the client is also supplying them with, and they're doing so in a city synonymous with bad behavior. Therefore, the one thing for certain seems to be that when atmosphere modeling in Vegas, you're significantly raising your chances of being taken advantage of.
And that is a really good video right there, guys. A really good video. Shout out to them. That was the dark world. What is that? Internet Oddities. Internet Oddities. It's definitely going to be linked in the description. I suggest you guys go over there, like and subscribe. That video, that world. And it's like anything else, man. You have people out there who are above board. They're honorable. They understand what it is, and they take steps to protect both parties, right? They're going to protect the women who come out, and they're going to protect the wealthy men who come out. Because you don't want to surround these wealthy men with women who are looking for an opportunity, you know what I mean, to take advantage of you and maybe, you know what I mean, try to blackmail you or something like they're trying to set you up. You got one of the girls setting up a camera over there and the other girl jumping on you or whatever and saying all kind of stuff and doing everything, like whispering it's okay to touch me here, right? But you can't, you know, no one can hear that. So you do it and they got you on film and she's like, no, look at him. He's groping me. I wasn't okay with that. There's people out there who do that to you. So someone who's above board is going to look out for both parties. But when you have those hustler type VIP guys, they don't care. They know what you're doing. They're going to bring the worst type of women. They're going to pair them up with the worst type of dudes. And it's just going to be a problem for everyone because all they want to do is get the money. So yeah, I bet you there are women out there like, no, this is great. You know what I mean? We get paid to kind of do some stuff we wanted to do anyway, right? We had a great time. We're eating great food. we get, again, that one woman was saying she got a $500 tip. The guy gave her a $500 chip from the casino, but the other girls were getting $120,000 and the other ones were getting like 50,000 or whatever it was. Only got $500. Like, well, you ain't doing what they doing. Right? You did what you did. You got a $500 tip on top of getting paid to be here. She probably still made like $1,000, $1,500 that night to just go hang out and go to the finest restaurants and go to the coolest parties and clubs and you up there like they say with the DJ. It is what it is. But y'all got to remember, all money ain't good money. So you got to be careful. And there's another video out there that I want to show you guys. And then, we'll drop the link if anybody want to come up and talk about this, man, because I'm telling you, I've seen this myself. When I first got to LA in the late 90s, I saw this with my own eyes. Right? It was like, wow. And it goes on in every city. You got players like that in Cincinnati. Like we got the Cincinnati Bengals there, Cincinnati Reds there. They throw parties all the time. Maybe women, man, lined up to get into those parties. Oh, so-and-so's throwing a party. Let Joe Burrow throw a party in Cincinnati and see how many women show up today. You know what I mean? Deion Sanders used to play for the Cincinnati Reds. Let Primetime, bro. Primetime was throwing. There's a club called Primetime in Cincinnati back in the day. So like, oh, Primetime is going to be at Primetime. Man, come on, bro. You wouldn't be able to get in there. You wouldn't be able to get in there. So, and it was just mostly women. Oh, the Cincinnati Reds are going to be over here. The Bengals going to be over there. Man, it was crazy. So, yeah, if that was going on in Cincinnati, and they was dropping bread. That's when all the players came out too. You know what I'm talking about? The real D-boys came out. The plugs came out. Man, it wasn't nothing for them to come in there and drop 5,000, 10,000 in Cincinnati. What do you think they dropping in L.A.? You know what I mean? Man, it's crazy. So let me do this. Let me drop the link now. In case anybody want to come up and talk a little, a little talky, which is all good. There it is. The link is there. It's pinned to the top. And we're going to talk about, I guess the new princess is featured in a documentary about yachting, exposing her cheap services, right? I guess she was making money doing that. And now we're talking about Meghan Markle, I guess that's her name. So let's check this out, y'all. I've been kind of wanting to see this. I ain't see this one. And that whole yachting thing, that's kind of, it's new, but it's, yachting's been around, right? It's the same as the atmosphere host thing. It's the exact same thing, only it takes place on a boat. And again, it's the same thing. These dudes want certain types of women, and they're going to hire the contractor to provide these women. We want women that's going to do X, Y, and Z. So most of those women who go on those boats are ready to do X, Y, and Z. And we want to talk about nastiness, that yachting stuff and that stuff that's going on in Dubai. That's when you start to get into that human porta potty thing. You want to talk about nastiness and what these, guys are paying these women to do. This video might talk about it a little bit. So let's get into it. Let's check this out.
Yachting, exposing her. Meg turns pale as she features in a new documentary about yachting, exposing her cheap services. $100 an hour. Meghan was attached to yachts during her younger years. Her name is even mentioned in the diary of criminal Jeffrey Epstein. Although most people know that Meghan's a yacht girl, this topic has never ceased to be hot on social networks. Recently, a mini documentary about yachting by channel The Dark World of Celebrity Yachting featured Meghan. This proved the rumors to be true. The documentary says the women, including Meghan, are generally packed off back to the hotel to sleep 6 to a room after the day's activities are done with. Sounds very demeaning, but quite lucrative. It's so...
Man, that is crazy. She went on to be a princess. You best believe the royal family knew all about her past, and that's why they had that drama. Yeah, I'm pretty sure racism had a little bit to do with it, but they're probably like, nah, man, we had her on the boat. What are you doing? Man, that's crazy. Brother Dino wants to know. He's asking, like, Dio, you ever been to a hosting bar in Japan? No, never. I've never been to a hosting bar anywhere, to keep it 100 with you, but they have those in LA. I had a friend of mine who went to work at one, And I never heard of this. Again, this is when I first moved to LA. So I didn't really know what that was, the hosting bar thing, right? And she said she, I guess, needed some extra money. This is a hardworking woman. Like, she had a 9 to 5 and was, really out in LA trying to be an actress like the rest of them, right? So she's like, yeah, I'm gonna try this thing, this hosting bar. And I'm like, what's that? And she was explaining it to me. I'm like, sounds like a stripper thing. She's like, yeah, but I don't have to take my clothes off. But the guys just pay to talk to you. Basically, I'm like, I don't know about that, but yeah, okay, cool. So she did it for like 2 weekends. And then she came back and she was like, nah, man, that's a brothel. Like, it was just, now I don't know if she did anything. I don't know. I have no idea. Never went inside. Don't even know where this particular place was, but she was telling me about it. She was like, yeah, I got to talking to some of the girls and they basically just negotiate prices, and you know what I mean? So it was kind of like a poor man's call girl service up in there, right? Or a poor man, you know what I mean, Laura, or you know what I mean, a upper class brothel or something. I'm like, where? I guess they play music and you could dance with them or whatever. It was like, so I was like, what about the stripping thing? She's like, yeah, it's more honoring being a stripper than doing that. I'm like, all right, those were her words. So I never went into one, but I didn't know that Meghan Markle was known for charging $100 an hour just to hang out with you on a boat. That's crazy. For 6 hours, you get $600. She's just gonna be on a boat. I wonder what else she was doing. Let's continue.
So common in the entertainment industry, yet it's not widely known. It's because people have a cognitive dissonance about what their heroes and favorite celebrities really do in order to pay the bills, but it's very real and extends far beyond the casting couch. This is how the monthly bills get paid in between jobs that may be very spread out or may not come at all. Cannes Film Festival isn't popular with the models and actresses for the movies, put it that way. It's the after parties on yachts, where the cash envelope gifts get dispersed, that make it such a draw. If an actress or model isn't waiting tables or some other regular job in between gigs, it's said that she's probably escorting on the side, and Meghan worked in this way. There was a period that she seemed to be constantly traveling around, staying at hotels and posting it all on Instagram. Yet she only had a few tiny extra credits, so she had a lot of time on her hands. She was always at Soho House and told Harry she was there to promote Suits, alone as sixth on the cast, but this was later contradicted by the rest of the cast. Apparently, Marcus Anderson has a lot of contacts in the SW and yachting world as well. Someone like Meghan would have absolutely no real appeal. Cheap and easy is an outright turnoff, unless sufficient.
And they called her cheap and easy, man. And she's talking about Soho, Soho clubs, man. Like, I've never been. That's one of those, you have to know a member, be invited by a member, or be a member or be invited by a member to go. I've had a couple invitations, but I just couldn't clear my schedule to get there. Not like that was real busy. That was back when I was air traffic control and I couldn't get out of work. So I know there's one in Malibu. I know there's one in Miami. At least it used to be. As sure there's one in New York, one in London. And I got, one of these days I probably go. But when you go to Soho, from what I understand, right away they take your phone. Of course, that's just like standard. And you're in there with the, A-listers, extremely like wealthy one percenters. They're just in there. And they go there because they know they good. They don't have to worry about this popping up right in the tabloids or something like that. They know they good. It's a great place to network, but depends on what you're networking for. If you're trying to sell a movie, trying to sell a script, you're trying to get some sort of production off the ground, you definitely want to be seen in Soho. But if you're on the other side of, like, someone like Meghan, she was in there just trying to cast and couch her way into the next thing, like they're trying to say. So, and it seems to me whoever this dude is, he's not a big fan of hers. Or maybe he's just like, it is what it is, but let's continue.
Sufficiently bored or high and drunk. She'd be tossed an invite because she's a convenient hanger-on, because she's always available and can be called up with almost no effort or cheap expense with $100 an hour. Easy to these types. If a yachting past is indeed true, Meghan should be careful. Her former clients could spill the truth, and it might have been so much better with the royal family's protection as their daughter-in-law. It also makes me suspicious that she was thrown out by the Queen or Charles instead of Mexiting. Since Meghan married Prince Harry, she spread all kinds of slander, making people all over the world eat melons. Many people also laughed at Harry as a fool. Meghan has brainwashed him and told him what to do ever since she met him. Some time ago, there were large-scale photos of Meghan working as a yacht girl, actually a high-end peripheral girl, in Thailand before she met Harry. Together, she's on a large scale in the photo without any clothes on. It turns out that Meghan was indeed with a future second uncle, Prince Andrew, but she was forced to provide a back scrub service. A group of women and a few men just rented a yacht to watch the sea in Phuket, Thailand. The rumours that William and Catherine warned Harry against marrying Markle make sense now. Perhaps they know about a past and it's not discrimination, but them trying to save their family member from being trapped.
Yeah, dude don't like Meghan Markle, bro. That's all that is. Brother D is in the building, man. What's good, fam? How you feeling?
I'm good, brother. I'm good, man. Can you hear me all right? I'm in the car. I'm
Glad
waiting for
you're
my
here.
daughter to get out of her acting class, so I'm just chilling. I was listening to you, so I jump on because this is definitely a subject I know a little something about.
Yes, sir, man. So I'll go ahead and give you the floor, man. Let you cook a little bit, man. Let everybody know who you are and everything.
Yeah. It's my name's Damien. I got a podcast called Can I Get Some Podcasts? I ain't done that in a while, but been a big fan of my man DL for a while. We was on a panel together, and he said he reminded me of some of the old cats that I used to like rock with back in the day. So definitely got to show this man some love, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Appreciate that.
But yeah, everything you said is like spot on. Like I used to like host. I wasn't like I didn't throw the party, but I used to host with a couple of different party event planning groups out in the Bay Area back in the day, maybe like 25 years ago or so. Man, it's they didn't call them atmosphere models. They didn't have a name for what it was, but it was definitely chicks. They didn't necessarily got paid, but what they got was they got a table, they got a bottle, they got to get some of their friends in, so they got to have status at the spot. And the most sought after times is when we had like if one of the NBA players, the NFL players were having their birthdays, and we would like comp them like they say, okay, you got to bring like 10 of your girlfriends in, all of them get free, you give you a bottle or two, and you get to like have a table that's adjacent to the ball player or the celebrity or what have you. And another thing we used to do is have this chick who had like a dance studio, and she was a choreographer. We'd be like, bring all your baddies there. We get you and your girls in, and y'all, we want y'all dancing like sexy and seductive and stuff like that for the ballers and stuff like and like that. And I think she got broken off, but all her girls, she just got to dance and come and like enjoy themselves for free and stuff like that. It definitely went down like that, you know. And all the stuff you said about like nothing really happened at the club, but it was definitely a couple of different after party spots that they would go to, and all the things they were talking about, like the party favors, and if money was going to be transacted, like some of the chicks would be like, hey, you want what's her name? Okay, here's how you get what's your name. What's your name like this party drug or whatever? Give her some of that. You can get with her. Break me off $1,000.
Yep. Yep.
You know, I've seen it many times happen, and it's been some major celebrities that I know I would get. I don't want to get like Tasha Cade up here, so but it's some major celebrities I've seen with my own eyes make that deal.
Yeah, all day long. Why wouldn't they? It ain't nothing. What's $1,000 to them, bro?
Yeah,
they don't
exactly.
care. And it's not even going to the girl. The $1,000 is going to the homeboy with the money, with the information.
It would go into the person who bought them, or the person the middleman or woman.
The middleman.
Most cases, it's a woman that do it. Yep. In most cases, it's the woman because they feel more comfortable with them. They don't feel like they're being exploited by a dude. They just feel like it's a homegirl going out and kicking it with them. And homegirls is putting them in position to like meet these rich guys or whatever. And it's a way easier scam when it's coming from when it's a woman doing it.
Hey, Brother Damien taking us to church, because that's what that is right there, y'all. Y'all don't understand it. It's coming from the females. Like you said, the leader of, or the woman who owned the dance group or whatever, she owned the studio, she got paid.
Yeah.
And then she bringing in, like you said, the baddies. She bringing them in there. And what do they get? Well, they get to dance seductively in front of the NFL guys or whatever. They getting invited to the after hours. And then she gonna be like, yeah, you know, little shorty, she like that green. If you got that medical, that's all you really need, because she already like you. She already talking about you. So go ahead and, you know, yeah, you got $1,000. Appreciate it. Here's your tip. So when people, when they hear this story, they're like, well, isn't that still transactional? Is she just a madam? I say no. What do you say?
I mean, the thing that's separating it, and I think, I've actually had conversations with her. I didn't accuse her of being a madam thing, but the way her mind was like, I'm not guaranteeing them anything. The difference between a madam is you're guaranteeing them something. I'm guaranteeing you I'm just giving you access. What you do from there is on y'all. So that's the difference. That's what kept her out of any kind of real serious issues. It's like, I'm just guaranteeing that you can have some alone time with this chick. I'm making sure that
she'll
she's
blaze
at the
with
club. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I brought her here. She looking good. She'll blaze with you. What else you want me to do? Thank you for my tip.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, there was other chicks who would like know, like, the agents or the managers would say, okay, I need a group of chicks to hang with, I ain't gonna name no specific ballers, but like the ballers coming in town. The Cavs are playing the Warriors. We need a group of chicks to hang with them after, and they need to know what it is. They need to be about it and know what it is. And them chicks, always see them jumping out of limo it's funny, they never come solo. It's always a group of chicks in the limo or in the Sprinter with them, jumping out. And the crazy thing is, they bring sand to the beach and leave with more sand. And other chicks join in with them and go back to the after spot, and it all goes down. It's crazy how that goes down.
Man, that's crazy. So let me ask you this. Cause OG, that Bay Area, that. You know how it's going down. How are you preparing your daughter?
See, I don't live in the Bay Area no more.
Okay.
So yeah, I live in Texas now. But it's just like, the thing about it is, if she started like, oh, I want to go to the clubs, because one of my boys is like a really big club impresario still out there. Like when my daughter turns 18 and I call him up, she's straight and she take care, and he would make sure she was taken care of. He'd be like, dude, D, you my dude. I treat her like it's my own daughter and stuff like that. But that's just one off. That's just me. But I would put her up on. Me and my cousin, we do the same thing. We told his daughter who was like, when she turned 18, 19, all the shady shit we ever did, so she wouldn't be game goofy out there. She'd be like, if he come at you this way, he mean this. If he come at you say this is what he mean. That's one thing I guarantee you is, like, when it comes to dudes, my daughter will not be game goofy out there. She will not be sitting up there thinking, oh my God, he really loves me. I'm like, nah, I don't really love you. All right.
I'm the same way. I'm not gonna wait till my daughter gets that old. We're already having those conversations, conversations here and there. And I told her, I said, listen, because we talk about this. I'm like, you're gonna get caught up. I'm telling you now, you're gonna get caught up. It's a dude gonna come in as you think is cute. He gonna have game, and he gonna get you. Now it happens to all of us. I just want you to know, remember this conversation. Like now, and I just keep reminding her. So when it does happen, she gets caught up. She'll be like, damn, Pops did tell me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what I mean? I ain't got kids' car or nothing. Pops told me, at least I was cautious. I was careful. But she knows she can come home and I'd be like, oh, it happened, huh? She'll like, how did you know? Like, hey, players, we could sense it. It's a disturbance in the force. He got you, didn't he?
Yep. And the funny thing is, I got somebody else's daughter, so I know there's gonna be a young you and it's gonna be a young me out there that's gonna have the same game, and it's gonna sound like honey in their ear. And we're gonna have to just, like I said, make sure that we've and the one thing I'm trying to do is just expose her to stuff. Like I don't want her like the like basic stuff like blowing her mind, because that was one of the things how we got chicks back in the day, was the basic things would blow their mind. Like we'd walk by, like when we was on, I'd walk the line, the club line, and be like, you, come on, let's go. We kicking it. It was like, y'all gonna be at this table. I'm gonna be over there with y'all to kick it with a minute. And they were just, that blew their mind.
Yep.
They were just like, oh my God. Now, made it feel like they was in proximity to status.
Yep.
And the funny thing is, I wasn't like making no good money back then. It wasn't like I was like balling like the cats that it was just that the status made them think I was doing more than I was. The love that I was getting. And that's what a lot of cats do. Is that will like trick women out there nowadays. It's like, oh, he must, to have status, that means money. That equates to money. And then they they fool themselves into thinking, and then some go down and be like, wait a minute, you ain't got no money,
Right, but they put it in their own mind. Like they Rich Cooper says this all the time. He's like, let the women come up with whatever they want to come up, in their own mind, right? You know, so I was on Suzette Speaks show months ago, and she was talking. She had the brother from my future wifey's podcast on her show, right?
Yeah.
And we were having this very conversation about the status and the money. And I said, because Suzette was asking me something. It was a split screen, and I said, Suzette, you don't need money to get on with women. I'm like, I was at my peak womanizing, but when I was broke, like I had no money. But like you said, I can do like you did. I never pulled from the crowd like that, but I always pulled up. Was one of my dudes had a nice whip, so we'll pull up and jump out the whip, jump out the S-Class or something, and I got 4 or 5 dimes. And like we never had to break stride. The rope opens up for us right away. The door pops open. We don't pay for nothing. They're like, man, like you said, dude, gotta be papered up in here. Look, they got the table and everything. Man, I ain't pay for nothing, bro. Not a dime.
Yep. I remember like my boy, the dude who's like a big time dude. He used to love to throw like his people's birthday parties, and he put my picture on with the times that he put my picture on the flyer saying celebrating Damien's birthday party. Oh man, it was crazy in there that like women thought I was like really doing it big. Like I'm on the flyer, I'm in the VIP. My man get on the mic, the DJ shout out your name, blah blah blah. It was like, oh, who is he? Blah blah. And then I take them like, we probably kick it to over like my boy's house or whatever. We had a nice loft. I take them over there for the after party, and they just, like I said, they like you said, they put it together in their own mind that I was doing more than I was doing.
Facts. I mean, and that's and when they discover, like, if you do have something, once I transition, I got a career and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't tell you nothing. I would deny it. Is this your car? Nope, this is not my car. It's my friend's car. I ain't never had no car. Yeah, this my 7 Series, but I ain't telling you. You know what I mean? Like, is this your house? Nah, this ain't my house. This is his house. But I transitioned into that later on, and like when I was a youngin', nah, go ahead and think this is all mine, girl. It's all good.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, seriously. It was just like sitting in it was like shooting fish in a barrel, man. It was like you go there, my boy let me in. He said, hey, who you got with you? And I always would make sure like the bad chicks, I would like tell them, come next week and wait for me. I'll pull you out, you and your girls out. So I'm always walking up with the bad chicks I met the week before, and we go to a spot, have like a bottle, and then the other chicks for next week, I'll be like, okay, I'm those chicks see those other chicks, be like, I want to be there. I was like, okay, you can be there next week. That'll be you and your girls next week. Just I got and it's just easy to like trick women into thinking like things were really different what they are. But not, like I said, when I started like making money, I pulled back from all that shit.
Sure.
I would go on like a birthday or something like that. My boys would have a birthday, I'd show up, we kick it, party, and then I'm out,
Yeah. Yep. And I definitely gotta get you on the show because I want to talk about relationships, man. I saw your Instagram post.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I love seeing those. And I'm like, oh man, that's what's up. Because people swear I hate relationships. They're like, you're an anti-relationship deal. I'm like, I'm not anti-relationship. I'm anti-marriage. That's what I am. And not even not the relationship, but the sign in the papers. I'm anti that. But we got to get you on here, man, because we're talking about our younger life. But I really want to do a show when people can talk to someone who's had this successful relationship and you talk about how that works. Because for whatever reason, we'll just do a quick little preview. People think that's easy to have a successful relationship that spans decades. Is that easy?
It's not easy. Especially where I had to do a lot of self-reflection because, I got a good woman and she was just like, but I actually met her in that like club party environment, but she wasn't like a hardcore party or a groupie. Her partner, she was there. Her partner brought her there. Her partner who was like, come with me. So I thought she was like that. So it took me a minute to like really like feel her out, but it just came out. It's just one of those things where it's consistent work. I made a bunch of mistakes. And then when we start really like expressing our expectations consistently and reevaluating those expectations and keep them in line to where we were, then it started to get a little bit easier. But then it always changes but that's how it is with marriage. Once you get into a groove, things always change. You start having kids. Then you got to reevaluate things all over again. It's a constant reevaluation of expectations in order to be successful. And that's like in business. You reevaluate your product or your brand to try to make sure that it's in line with something that's going to be profitable. So that's what we do. We constantly reevaluating where we are, what our expectations are, because they're constantly changing. I think what happens is people get stagnant and stuck on, all right, when we met 15 years ago, we was doing X, Y, and Z, and it's 15 years later. Why aren't we doing that? I'm like, because we different people, life is different, and you got to reevaluate yourself. If you still trying to rock the way you rocked 15 years ago, you doomed to fail. And that's why I think a lot of cats that I know that's failed, they expecting their wives or the woman expecting their husband to be the same as they were when they first met them.
Yeah,
That's just a little snippet.
Yeah, who wants to do that? And that's just a little preview, y'all. We're gonna get together. Brother D and I gonna get together. We're gonna have that show. Because like I said, I'm getting tired of y'all saying that I'm anti-relationship. I say it all the time, and I'm gonna say it now. Men or women are better together than they are apart. I'm on the record. But you know, if you talking about signing papers and getting married, well, you gotta do some research. I don't condone that, because if it doesn't work and the numbers are against you, the odds are against you. If it doesn't work, you could get wrecked. So you know, because people get on me. I'm like, would you get married? I'm like, yeah, if she got more than I do. You know what I'm saying? If she papered up.
Oprah calling. If Oprah calling, like we doing it.
You do it tomorrow. Where Oprah at? Tell her to send a jet. We get married tomorrow. Yo, that's
we ain't even gotta live together.
Nope. Stay wherever you at, girl. I love you. You do it tomorrow. But but it's one of those things, like, we make light of it, but it's a fact. I'm not gonna bring somebody in who can hurt me and more importantly hurt my daughter. Everything I'm doing now, I'm doing for her. So like, nah, I don't want, if you taking from me, you're not taking from me. I already have my fun. You taking from my daughter.
A lot of people. Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead. A lot of people.
I was like, a lot of people get in relationships or think they get in marriages thinking that I want to enjoy. It's so amazing right now. That's going to last forever. I think what you need to do is you need to really sit there and be like, okay, where can this go? Where is this? What's the outcome? What's the end game of this? It ain't just because right now we just enjoying each other. We're young, it's all like enjoying each other, having fun, sex, all that. Where is this going to go? Where's the most probable ending for this situation? And then try to structure like a consistent amount of effort to get to where you both agreed y'all trying to be. And that takes work. Like me and my wife, we've gone through our ups and downs, whatever. We go into therapy, all that stuff. But we was dedicated to figuring it out.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. So I can't wait. We got to make that happen, man. Hopefully we can make that happen next week. It's just a matter of scheduling. But we figure that out.
You kind of early. I'll be like right now. My daughter is at her acting class, and I'm waiting to pick her up. So you're like I'm a little bit later. So, but if you needed to do it this time, just give me a little bit of advance notice. I'll make sure that I don't got to pick her up and all that kind of stuff.
Now, what we'll do is let's say like you won't be free until like 8 o'clock my time.
Yeah.
What I'll do is I'll start the show later, and I'll just be waiting for you at 8 o'clock. I'll start, and then you'll jump on at 8, and we'll just go from there. I can, because I can just flex. I'm flexible because I get that, bro. Trust me. Man, look, me and my daughter was just talking about it today, man. She needs a violin now. She wants to be in an orchestra. We gotta go get a violin. Which is going, then we're gonna have more recitals. She's already in the band. She already played the trombone. So, man, I get it, bro. I get it.
All right, brother. I'm gonna jump off right now, man.
Cool, man. I appreciate you, D.
All right, I appreciate you, brother. Just let me know when to do it. I'm your boy.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna hit you up. We're gonna try to make that happen next week, man. I'm gonna talk to you then.
All right, peace.
Peace. Quick little Don DeMarco for Brother D. Like I'm telling you, y'all, it's the stuff that I see out there. Like, it makes sense to me. Like, I get it, but a lot of people just don't understand the work it takes. The effort, the sacrifice it takes to have a relationship. And we're gonna break into it. We're gonna get Brother D up here. We're gonna talk about it because he's been with his woman for, like you said, it's over 20 years of a relationship they've been together. So they're celebrating. They celebrated their 20th or something like that. So we definitely gotta have that conversation, man. Because I'm getting sick of y'all saying I'm anti-relationship. No, you need a woman, you need a man. You know what I'm saying? But if you're talking about getting married, you need to think about that. That's all I'm saying. Give that one some thought. Miss AK, lady, she's like, I've done so much financial counseling. What I know is trinkets and toys don't always equal cash, financial responsibilities, or good credit. Facts. Absolutely. In fact, the people with all the toys and trinkets and the bling, normally their financial situation is really messed up. You know what I mean? As opposed to the person who's walking around in some overalls or whatever, and they, you know, you talk to them, you find out that they got hundreds of acres and 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 properties, and you know, they got trust set up and all this kind of stuff. Like, man, that person's probably worth $10 million walking around with a pair of overalls on, driving around in his Kia, happy as he can be. Link to Damien's channel. Oh man, my bad. Scam. I didn't even have it. I should have asked him for it. I don't have it. I'll have it on the next show for sure. But yo, back to what we were talking about. You know, the dark world of atmosphere modeling, man. We got this VIP host thing. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, please tell these young people what's going on. You heard what Brother D was talking about what was going on in San Francisco. I was in LA. It goes on in Miami, New York. I got so many stories I could tell you. Women love experiences, especially young women. Why do they love experiences? Because they don't have any. They love experiences. You can, in fact, meet some people who are good folks who will say, hey, you cool, come along with us and just have a good time, enjoy this experience. But the chances are you're going to meet somebody who trying to get something out of you. They trying to, or should I say, get something in you. You feel me? They trying to blow your back out. They want that Foxy Brown, and money ain't a thing. So they'll gladly spend whatever to get you to open up and let them on into that Foxy Brown. And all I'm saying is to make sure these young men and women understand that. We haven't even talked about that alternative lifestyle, the LGBTQ community. Young dudes, I'm trying to tell y'all, especially if you ain't from the hood, the young dudes, there are guys out there who are hunting you. They'll be sitting there trying to be wary of any guy who owns a boat and he wants to stand behind you and be rubbing your shoulders talking about how tense you are. Bro. Dude he already got you pegged. Especially if you're in the music business or you're in the movie business. Y'all hear all the stories? I'm just saying. Let these young men and women understand what's going on. There's people out here, this casting couch. I always hear the casting couch. Y'all think it's just women on that casting couch. Nah, it's dudes on that casting couch. And you just ain't gonna hear about that because of where our society is set up. It's mass dudes out there. There's a Harvey Weinstein of the LGBTQ community was out there running through guys. Trust me when I tell you, they will try you. Right? And they have your dream in their hand. Women want experiences and men are just trying to solve the problem of getting their goals. And they want to be whatever. You heard the stories about Will Smith. Like, it is what it is. Let these young men and women know what time it is. Let them learn how to kind of judge character. Let them learn so they can protect themselves a little better. Now, if you out there and you want to take the money for the fame, you want to take the money for the experience, and it ain't nothing to you to bend over or lay down or whatever, hey, man, by all means, do you. Just don't go crying about it later. But there's people out there with big money, y'all. Big money. And they don't care. They'll spend it. They will spend it. It ain't nothing to them. It is the equivalent to you giving someone 75 cents. A guy can throw out $75,000 just like the same way you throw out 75 cents. There are dudes out there with that kind of money. There's women out there with that kind of money too, but they don't know they partake in this. There are dudes out there with that kind of money. And they got some young woman who wants this experience. All right. They ain't got no problem. Like, all right, girl, you want this experience? You want to ride on the yacht? Well, you're going to have to come change my diaper. And they'll pay you handsomely for it, right? Or it might be something different. You might become a human porta potty. Y'all done heard the stories. Y'all done heard the stories. You know what I mean? Miss AKA, she's like, facts. My weirdest clients be real basic. Yeah. Wealthiest clients. I'm sorry. Her wealthiest clients be real basic. You know what I mean? Miss AKA, she's lying. Like, you so tense, Ma. Let me get that for you. Yeah, I've seen there's women out there that be getting on women. That's something that gets me like when I be in the club. Yo, sis, Miss AKA lady, has this ever happened? Well, you don't really go out like that, but I've seen women like become like bulldogs, man, like pits getting on these women, man. They'll go out to some girl and be all over them, bro. All over them, like, wow. Doing stuff like, bro, if a guy did that to that woman, they strangers, that dude would be getting locked up. But she over there touching and kissing and doing all this other kind of stuff, feeding drinks. I've seen that. Women feeding other women drinks. I'm like, yo, it's crazy out here, y'all. You got to be crazy. I mean, you got to be careful. Brother Noble, the world class in the building. What's up, man? Got you your Don DeMarco, brother. Good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here, man. We just over here talking about, we wrapping up, man. We were talking about the dark world of atmosphere modeling, bro. We were talking about how, you know, people don't mind dropping that money to get these women to do these things. You feel me? Whatever that thing may be, like going into the club, having dinner, whatever. We watched a couple videos, man. It's just, we're just trying to wake some folks up to what's going on out here. And like, I'm sure over at like DC, Philly, New York, Miami, like I've seen Atlanta, man, I've seen so many situations. And, you know, like I said, I don't judge. If you cool with it, you cool with it. Like Brother D was just on here saying, like, yeah, man, they'll throw a party, have an NFL guy or some sort of celebrity there, and they got plenty of people that are gonna bring women into the situation. And like he was saying, the money guy might see a woman like, man, she's sexy, a little shorty. I love her body. I love the way she moves. She's dancing. She's doing all that stuff. He wants to holler at her. He'll talk to the woman that brought them there. Like, what's up, man? Like, you know, she one of your students at your dancing class? Yeah, she one of mine. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was saying that she like you. She think you cute or whatever. So I know she like to smoke. So you go ahead, you know, get some green. You know, she'll come back to the room with you, bro. She already said she'll do it. And that guy give her an envelope with maybe $1,000 in it for the information. Like, appreciate that. Thank you. Like, and the guy go over there and run his game and get what he's after. He got her. Like, he already know she's into him. So all he got to do is not mess it up or whatever. You know what I mean? And it goes on all the time like that, man. All the time. Miss AKA lady, she's like, wait, what's going on with Will Smith? Let me guess. Yeah, look, Will Smith, there's rumors that Will Smith became famous because he was on the casting couch. Right. And you go all the way back to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. He did some small bit stuff, but then he did a movie, I think it was called 7 Degrees of Separation or something like that. It's a real critically acclaimed independent film. But the producers and all that behind that film, as the story goes, and I don't know if this is confirmed or not, it's just a rumor, right? But basically, they made an offer to Will Smith. Let us do this to you or you do this to us, right? It's going to be some, you know, touchy-feely stuff going on. And then we'll put you in this movie and that movie. And that particular movie led to Independence Day, which led to all the rest of it, right? So it's kind of like the same thing they say about J-Lo, like J-Lo slept her way, or Selma Hayek, or whoever you want to name. Like, they were on the casting couches and they slept their way into whatever. It's the same kind of thing. They say that Will Smith did that. I don't have any sources that can, like I said, confirm or deny that. Those are just the rumors. You know, thinking maybe Will Smith just worked his way, you know, up the ladder. But like I said, it's Hollywood, man. You never know. You never know. In the world class, like y'all talking about them models that die so close to each other. No, I haven't brought that up. I will bring that up now. I'll end with it. And this was in LA. This is downtown LA. There's two sisters who were both models, were both found in their apartments. They lived in separate buildings. One was like near Grand, like 8th and Grand, and another was at this building called Bunker Hill. Now I know downtown LA. In fact, I almost lived in the building on Bunker Hill. Way back in 2002, I think it was, I was looking to rent a studio there. They found these two sisters at separate times, you know, in their, you know, they were deceased in their homes, and LAPD is looking into it. Unfortunately, LAPD is not being very forthcoming with what they have found. And it's very, very suspicious, right? Let's just say it's very, very suspicious. In fact, let me see if I can pull up an article. I'm actually want to do I'm gonna do a proper show on this, but I want to pull up a quick article. I'm just trying to pull it up now. Found. And it's crazy. And here it is 6 days ago. Woman found dead in her downtown LA apartment. This is CBS News. We'll just look at this real quick. Let me see if I can pull this up. And this woman was beautiful. These two women were absolutely gorgeous. Both of them just beautiful. All right, I got it. Let me share the screen real quick and I just go through this. And LA was really like LAPD hasn't really brought out any information. I sent this to Suzette Speaks. She already was aware of it. I guess she was talking about it on her Facebook. I got to get more active on Facebook, y'all. I know people are like, how come you ain't on Facebook? Like, my bad. I don't know. So here it is right here. A woman found dead in her downtown LA apartment. Police launched homicide investigation. And the two women, two sisters, very, very beautiful. Both of them were models. And this is the kind of stuff that we're talking about. You never know what can happen. So here it is. The Los Angeles Police Department needs help solving suspicious death inside a downtown LA high rise. Officers discovered the body of 31-year-old Malisa Mooney just before 4 p.m. on September 12th while conducting a welfare check at her apartment in her 200 block of South Figueroa. Without releasing details of the investigation, the LAPD determined Mooney was deleted inside of her home. According to her sister, Mooney's birthday was next month. Never in a million years that we think we have to make this post and get justice for anyone and for my one and only sister. She continued, she felt like she was in a bad dream and vowed to get justice for her sister. She added that her older sister was loving and so kind to everyone. Detectives said that they have no description of a suspect. They are waiting for a report from the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner Office to determine the exact cause of death. So that was just one. This isn't even the one I was thinking about. There was another one it was like on 8th and Figueroa, and there was another one at Bunker Hill. This might be the one at Bunker Hill, to be honest with y'all. This might be the one at Bunker Hill, but you got to be careful out there. Ladies and gentlemen, you got to be careful. You just got to be careful. And I was trying to see, man, I just put in a general search. Man, there's so many women. My God. West Valley? Man, they might have a problem out there in LA. They might have a problem out there in LA. Wow. I'm just looking at just a quick little search. Oh my God, it seems to be so many. But the two that I'm thinking about, we're in like close proximity, different buildings, both downtown LA. Downtown LA is not that big. And they both were found inside their apartments. And LAPD was not given any real information. I'm gonna do a show on that tomorrow. Probably do a couple shorts. Ladies, y'all gotta be careful. When you're out here on social media, right? You're out here at these parties, you're surrounded, you think these people are cool, but it might be some weirdos in there. You gotta be real careful. People are figuring out ways to track you. If they can get one of those iPhone tracker things in your purse or stuck to your shoe or something, and they know where you are, you just got to be careful, y'all. You just got to be careful. And Brother Noble was saying it seems professional. Maybe, especially when there's no rhyme or reason to it. Maybe, bro. It could be drug related. Would be the simple answer. You can have that too. You got a lot of people out there who are moving product, and sometimes they get in trouble. And depending on who you're dealing with, they'll send somebody to get you, man. So I'm definitely gonna look into that. Probably do that Friday night. Friday night, I'll probably do a show. Maybe Saturday before the game. I might do that, but I'm definitely looking into some articles. I'm trying to find some more articles because no one had any, like the police didn't have any real solid information. The medical examiner wasn't releasing any information. To me, that sounds suspicious. Just think about it. I'm looking for these two stories about these women, and I found another story downtown LA. It might be a different woman. So if you start to get into like 3, maybe 4 different women, you might be looking at a serial killer type situation, man. But you're right, Noble. It could be drug related. So It's crazy out here, y'all. Be careful. This technology that we have, we didn't, that wasn't around when we was younger. Man, people can find you easily, bro. They can find you. These are tracking devices, not just just not just your phone, not just your device for watching YouTube. Man, people could track you on that. So y'all be careful out there. So like I said, man, let's look out for each other. Let's tell these young men and women what's going on when it comes to this, atmosphere modeling thing. let's tell them what's going on. If you won't accept money and give yourself to somebody for money or whatever, that's your business. But if someone's paying you, thousands of dollars, $5,000-$10,000 to come hang out with them, just hang out at a party or just come back and hang out in my penthouse, bro, they're gonna want more for that money. Trust me when I tell you. They might want you to open yourself up and let them blow that back out, or they might want you to change their diaper. Like I said, it might be some weirdos who want to put a diaper on and poo-poo on themselves, and they want you to change them, but they'll pay you $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 for it, $100,000 to do it or something. I know it's weird, but there's some weirdos out there with money. So let's be careful, y'all. Let's be careful out there. I want to thank Brother D for coming up and chit-chatting, man. Good to see Brother Noble, the world class, man. Keep doing you. Make sure, hey, Brother Noble, man, let me give you a wrench. Let me give you a wrench, bro. Because I would like you to drop your you can drop a link to your show. Man, go ahead and drop a link, bro. Or you know what? Let me change that up so you can drop a link. Go ahead and drop a link, man. And let me change it up. I'm new to this, man. I hit the wrong link button. So I added you. Let me add you again. Here we go. This should give you permission to do all that. Go ahead and drop a link in here, man. Let us know where people can find you, man. Check out the world class. This brother really be breaking it down. And he have all of the cool and some of the finest women, you know what I'm saying, in America be rocking over there with him on his page. The brother had a lot of good information. Very wise young brother. I really suggest you guys check it out. So yeah, Brother Noble, if you're still with us, man, go ahead and drop your link, or if anybody has this link, feel free to drop it in there. And then Miss AK Alien, she's like, yeah, I had a situation in the bathroom at KOD in Miami, never been back. Yeah, don't women get at you. Them women get at you, bro. You know what I'm saying? Them women get at you. And I've noticed that, man, like ladies are really going after ladies, and it is what it is. First, I thought it was just like a strip girl thing or whatever. They just having fun, twerking and smacking each other. Then I started noticing, like, nah, that chick right there, she's corporate America. She's all over this other woman right here. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? Like, what's really going on? So yeah, bro, and no problem, Brother Noble, man. Like I say, man, we gotta support each other in these YouTube streets, man. And like I say, man, so yeah, go ahead, drop a link and so people know where to find you. And one of these days, man, we got to get you up here, bro. You know what I mean? Because, just I heard what you was talking about, like the way you came up and the stuff that you had to do, man, especially working with the hands and having to take care of business. Man, I understand that world. You know what I mean? And how you have changed. You're starting to, you're going through that process where, you're growing and you're changing as a man. And you understand that hyper violence ain't necessarily the answer all the time. So there go the link right there, y'all. Please click on that. Go over there and support the world class, man, Brother Noble. You know what I mean? And Miss AKA lady saying, yeah, there are definitely female predators. Yeah, definitely. I've seen them. I seen this like, whoo, they out there getting it, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. You know what I'm saying? I really hope you guys enjoyed that. Please, if you're watching the team replay, all the videos we looked at will be linked below. Please check out those videos, man. Pay attention to what dude is talking about, what those young women are talking about. It is crazy. It is crazy. Teach these young people what they are walking into. The world is constantly changing, right? We ain't in Kansas no more, Dorothy. And that's how I start my conversations off when I talk to these people, boys and girls. I tell you, hey, look, we ain't in Kansas no more, Dorothy. Why you calling me Dorothy? I know we ain't in Kansas. We in Florida. It's a metaphor. Shut up and listen. You know what I mean? But make sure these young kids understand what's going on and they out there. They can protect themselves, or at least they understand what they're getting into. So they ain't gonna be crying about it later. Like, yeah, I wanted the money, so yeah, whatever. You know what I mean? I would have smashed dude for free, but he gave me 10 grand, so I'm cool with that. And if that's the case, more power to you. But Don't be that naive person going out there like, yeah, this guy's gonna pay me $10,000 and me and my friends $10,000 to come up to his penthouse so we could talk about, you know what I mean, the DL saying I really want to know podcast. Nah, bro, that's not what he's bringing you up there for, right? He's trying to have you face down, ass up. That's what he's trying to do. That's what that 10 grand is for. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. All right. So I gotta go. It's time for me to go cook dinner for my daughter. I think we're having Salisbury steaks tonight and some corn and some peas. We're just gonna do that and some strawberries chopped up on the side. So we're gonna do that. I appreciate y'all rocking out with me, man. I'll be back tomorrow. We're gonna talk about and I don't even know what we're gonna talk about tomorrow. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. We might talk about the sisters. You know what? We'll talk about the sisters from LA tomorrow. Let's do it. We'll talk about them tomorrow. I'll find out what I can. We'll go over a couple articles. We'll look at some of the news and we'll see what's going on. We'll do that. And then maybe we'll also talk about some more dating stuff. Maybe do a Jeezy and a Jenny my update. Maybe we'll do that. All right. So I'm DL saying this is DL saying I really want to know podcast. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.
Nothing like I've ever seen. It's just a thing of beauty.
Darn, that's the end.